Right, I got something new for you today. It's called Langflow. The idea of this is you can chain prompts together and use the output of one prompt as the input to another prompt. And by doing so, you can get a little bit deeper information from a LLM. Okay, the fastest way to get this thing installed is to run a Docker image. And let's get this up here. And there it is. Docker run. It's just Langflow AI/Langflow. Then it'll download everything. Then you can control click and it'll go straight into Langflow. Already have this model prepared here. And instead of going through their process of linking to an external provider like Anthropic or OpenAI or Google, I have it running on LLM Studio. The way to get to that is to load up their agentic template. See, if I make a new flow, like basic prompting, okay, like you're restricted to all the paid services. Okay, so if I go here and then I do a new flow, then I choose simple agent. Look at that, connect to other models. And then you have LM Studio, you have Mistral, you have Olama. That'll give you access to everything. And then once you do that, you need to make sure that like let's click on LM Studio down here, or drag it over here. Okay, once you do that, you have to set up your connection, which in LM Studio, it's over here on this tab, and then that'll get running. Right now I've got Chorus turned off and JIT loading turned off. I also have MCP set up. I've got another computer that's able to use Beautiful Soup and download websites, so that's kind of cool. And right now it has the GLM 9B model set up, so it runs a little faster than some of the larger models. So let's see what you get. Okay. Let's see. I don't want this specific model load. I want this one. Okay. Then I hit playground. Okay, this is a previous execution. The idea of this is you know what niche you want to make a company in, and you got an idea of what the pain points are. Let's say niche legal practices. Pain points are conflicts of interest, scheduling, and billing. Okay, see what it comes up with. And there it goes. Okay, and you can actually watch it process. So it's running the first prompt, and then that should finish, and then it'll go into the next prompt, and then the next prompt. Takes it a couple of minutes to get through all this. So the steps are, there's the first bit. So you have chat input, it goes into the input field. You have your system prompt for your first message into here. Then you take your model response and you fork it out to text output. Then you can take your text output and feed it into type convert to convert it to a message, and then your message can go to chat output. And it should have multiple messages here. Yeah, they're coming in one by one. So this model happens to do a lot of thinking. So see, it creates some pretty complicated stuff here. So going on down. Interesting. Looks like I'm getting the same thing multiple times. So to check whether this is accurate or not, I need to see if that's the same prompt. Give it a mark. Okay. So maybe it's not 100%, but see, these are different prompts. So let's see what happens once it finishes. Let's see. Yeah, it did come out with the epics, so. I don't know. I've also ran it on Quinn 3, and you'll see there is a big difference in the output. Quinn loves to put emojis everywhere. So you end up with different quality of output. Now, what's cool about Quinn is it actually walked through how to create a slide deck. So this one was prompted for hair salons appointment scheduling. So it come out with basically your pitch deck. And then it has idea to do fundraising. Kind of neat stuff. This is also with GLM. Now, one of the things I can do is I can swap the model out for a different model. So I can get like a different output. Like if we want to see what a really stupid model does, I could put like a 3B. Let's see if I have one of those. Yeah, there's Llama 3.2 3B. Let's see what it does. We're gonna give it 16,000, 32,000 context. Okay, bump up the threads. KV on CPU, flash attention. Remember the settings. Load model. Now, one thing you have to do on this, if you change the model out, is you have to update the model on your template. So you'll have to go in here, hit refresh, and then choose it. Would be nice if there was a easy way to make this dynamic, but I'm working local, so. Here we go. Let's see what a dumb and fast model gets us. Okay. Going back to the playground, go over here, go to the very beginning. I'm just going to copy our lawyer program here, make a new one, paste it, and go. Should be pretty fast on the responses. Whoa! Preferences, competitor strategies, data-driven insights. Of course, it's kind of making this up on the fly. So ideally, for this part, you would actually go out and use some data providers and get that plugged in. Okay. Well, maybe it's not completely stupid. Okay, there we go. Oh, it even has a budget for you. That's neat. Okay, let's see. So we got our epics, we got user stories. Huh, that's pretty cool. So it created the epics, but it also broke it down into user stories in the same step. Interesting. It wasn't supposed to take that next step until the next prompt. But it did use the standard syntax there. That's cool. So apparently you might be able to take this down into task using Llama. Kind of neat stuff. So Now let's get the smallest model I have. This is not, well, the smallest somewhat functional model I have. This is going to be messed up. It's not going to work, but it's going to be very fast. All right. Here we go. Oh, it's got two models loaded now. Watch this. Refresh. The funny part about this is it almost fits into the GPU's cache. So it has an obscenely fast token rate. You can use models like this to test out your workflow with like random tokens, just to make sure that they function. So I can take this, then I'll put this in here, and it's gonna be garbage. Here it comes. Whoa, it's fast, but it's not smart. Yeah, this is not even a 200M model. All right, so you get the gist of it. You can chain a bunch of prompts together, so you're not doing a lot of copy and paste. You just save what you want one shot. It's got different features, like you can do different kinds of data processing. You can pull data from actual ML to get some data frames. You can do MCP, you can do agents. Let's see. LLM router. Oh, that could be fun. So you can do some of the GPT-5 stuff where you do dynamic routing. It's kind of neat. All right, well, that is Langflow. Hope you have some fun with it.